Okay. Yeah, I just put a bunch of water on my face because it's the morning and shit. Uh, so, I haven't been around for a while because I've been doing shit. And part of that is working on a bioinformatics project for STEM night at the college and not being given enough time to actually work on it. Being fucking overloaded with a bunch of other labs. Um, so, oh, not to mention, the other labs from about 4 months ago, from the beginning of the semester, the results of that got sent to who fucking knows where. We have no clue. No clue where the data went. No, it's just, it's gone. So that's awesome. But I guess that's just something that happens. On the good notes, I got something in the mail today, or rather yesterday. It's something to piss off the CCP members. Well, certain ones. Uh, it's like you have been admitted. Look at that. Got into the University of Houston, Clear Lake. Boom. That's a thing. That's what's happening. There it is. Yeah, you can see my real name. Well, I think, yeah, a little bit. Yeah. That's it. So I'm going to the University of Houston, Clear Lake. My wife is actually signed up for the community college that's that's north of us. Because if you go north, about 2 or 3 miles, you go to community college. You go about southeast from where we're staying. That's the university, and so I'll be going there. So she is going to be slowly but surely working her way into some credits, specifically in chemistry, because she's trying to do forensic science. She already has her associate's degree in criminal justice, so she's trying to go that route. That's why our TV stays on the fucking ID channel. She loves that shit. So I've been helping her learn some chemistry, some like basic chem, for the last few weeks, since no one's really been coming to my tutoring sessions. So I figure they're good with everything bio related. So my wife has just been coming. That's one good thing. If she has a day off, she'll just come to my tutoring session. I'll just teach her and get paid for it. It's a win-win. So that's been going on. Other than that, I have not been around G Plus much because I spent so much time trying to work on this bioinformatics program called Genius, and it turns out the class from like 2-3 semesters ago were given like weeks to work on this shit, and we're supposed to learn this and apply data that's not even ours, and print out some or take screenshots of shit, and I'm like, you know what? No, it's not gonna work out. So I wasted time with that, and I could have been studying more for my physics, the physics stuff that I missed when we all went to New York, because, mind you, I took a week off of school to do that New York City trip. So I finally been able to get caught up. I already know my final grade's a B- in physics, which I don't have to do physics ever again. But it was fun. It was very fun. A bit of irony being told in, I'm trying to remember the guy's name, Onyx 2K. A guy told me that we can never know anything like in science. I'm paraphrasing. Like we can never really know anything in science because science is always changing. 3-4 years from now, we'll get a different variable for whatever natural phenomena. I think we were talking about like photons or something. Yeah, we were talking about the mass of a photon, and it's considered a massless particle, even though it technically does have mass. It's so small, it's inconsequential. Like that's not what we really measure when it comes to photons. So, dude didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, but he was real quick to tell me what does and does not happen as far as a photon. And I'm like, well, it's we kind of been through this in history. Like you read a fucking book, like what? Like it's one thing not to know something, and it's one thing to tell somebody who kind of has an idea and who's kind of been like studying the shit formally or even informally. Like that, it's just that this shit is what really gets me. It's with Ron. This is with a bunch of these other fucking clowns. A lot of the shit that they're saying, a lot of the questions and stupid shit that they're posing, we've already been through in the annals of scientific history. Like it's not anything. Like we already know that the aether doesn't exist. We know that fucking light doesn't need a medium to travel. Like that's just over and done with. Like we can just put that one to the side. But um, it's like it reminds me of a meme. In the age of information, ignorance is a choice, and it's true when you think about it. You really sit down and you think about this shit. We are in an age where calculations that would take hours to do can be done on this fucking thing. But people are just too fucking lazy. They don't want to challenge themselves. They don't want to say, well, you know what? I'm just bad at that. So I'm just going to figure everybody else is bad. Nobody knows shit because I can't do it. Like, I've seen that really, really shitty attitude, and that's stupid. Like, why not challenge yourself? Why not say, you know what? I am not good at this, but I'm going to keep fucking trying. I'm going to actually try to excel, or at least gain an understanding, more so than I had before. Like I don't understand this really defeatist attitude. That's not me. I don't. Maybe how people were raised. I think people were raised. Some people were raised to be bitch made, and so they have a bitch made attitude in life. And as young adults and as older adults and as over the hill adults, they have this defeatist attitude where something's hard, you just don't do it. But but you don't want to live a mediocre life. Well, but you want to be financially stable. But it's like, look, check this shit out. I was talking to Sam. I know, big surprise, right? I was looking at jobs in Houston. I'm trying to help my wife find a job, and push comes to shove, I'll just get a full-time job and just go to school and like at night or something, whatever. I don't want to, but you do what you got to do when you have a family. And Sam's job actually came up, and I forgot the title. I know what he does. He's in bioinformatics, but I forgot the actual like job title that he can actually hold. And so the place that I'm trying to work, the Anderson Cancer Center, is looking for someone to analyze statistical data using bioinformatics. And the starting pay is like $45,000. Like that's the minimum pay. Maximum is $99,000. You could literally walk in that bitch with Sam's background and start making six figures. Like right under six figures. Just think about that shit for a second. You start out making that. If you get the PhD and shit. I don't think you can. I'm pretty sure that's worth having, fucking max salary. Just consider that, because it's not like I fucked around with this bioinformatics program, Genius, and it takes some time to learn. It takes some time to know what the fucking data is, how to manipulate the program to get it to do what the fuck you want it to do. Oh, and by the way, you may have to actually fucking build the program from the ground up. So you gotta have a pretty robust understanding of not only computer science but also biology, because who do you think's putting in the fucking variables when the program itself needs to read what the instruments are going to detect? That requires an understanding on two fronts. Actually, no, three, because the biotechnology aspect of it, you have to understand quite a bit. It's not that you're going to be like designing the instruments necessarily. Is that you're going to be designing the programs to pick up what the instruments detect. So you have to have an intimate knowledge of how these instruments are detecting whatever it is whatever sample is, be chromatography or whatever. So basically, That's my mini rant. It's early in the morning. I can't get as animated as I want to because I'm fucking tired. And I got woken up because my wife goes to work at the post office early as shit. So I got another 40 minutes before I actually have to get up and start getting ready. But this is the last week of this semester. I'm going to do this STEM night shit for the college and finish up. I got 2 presentations to do. One of them is on oculocutaneous albinism, and I think the other one's on CRISPR, which it got selected at the last minute because I was going to do it on lupus, but I was told I can't do it on lupus. I don't know why, but that someone should do one on CRISPR, and the dude who was supposedly supposed to do it on CRISPR didn't want to do it, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. So, but anyway, I'm learning a lot about CRISPR. I knew what it was, but it's actually very, very fascinating. And maybe CRISPR himself can go over it with folks who are wondering, and why. Actually, CRISPR's been in the news lately about removing HIV from the genome of mice, I think it was. Someone feel free to correct me. But that's been circulating over the last few days, and it's a step in the right direction. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I don't get my hopes up with shit with HIV because it mutates fast, really, really fast. It's one of those more unstable viruses where I get unstable is not really the right word. It replicates in the cytoplasm, if I'm not mistaken, and so it's prone to error because it does that. And when I say error, in reference to it mutating, being more likely to mutate, given that it replicates there. So one of the reasons why a lot of the drugs and shit for HIV, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Well, that's the nature of the beast, and that's just from recollection. Again, if I'm getting that factually wrong or inaccurate, someone feel free to correct me. I'm not Ronnie. I don't mind taking correction because it's going to help me in the end understand the shit better. So, anyway, what else was I going to say? Oh, on the whole, not being mediocre thing, I hope to aspire to the point that I can afford Popeyes as much as Ronnie, because I don't think I can be that fancy. I think that that's something to really aspire to, because if it's a good night and I'm doing really well, I think I should spoil myself every so often with some good fucking chicken. Not Three Forks and downtown Houston. Not Amy Ruth's over in Harlem. Popeyes, because that's what fucking fancy people eat when they get lots of money. Yeah, I'm never gonna let that go, by the way. I'm never gonna let that go, because that shit that's some fucking that's some funny shit. I'm sorry. I fuck with True about the stupid shit that he says online, but that was just plain funny. Like, even if he didn't say the other stupid shit that he does on the internet, that was funny. Like that. Like, you don't stunt on people on the internet and talk about making a lot of money and then say, I'm going to Popeyes. No, you say, I'm going to take me and my family out to somewhere fucking fancy, not some place that your broke ass, brings yourself on a damn date. Like, I think fucking Flavor Flav brought somebody on the Flavor of Love to go have a date. No, I think it was KFC or some shit like that. No, what the fuck? I see why your ass is single. God damn. Anyway. Relationship advice: don't bring a bitch to Popeyes unless you are already with her. Don't do that. On that note, folks, I'm going to end this. I need to try and register for some classes and get my financial aid set up. Y'all have a good day.